G'day, I'm Tom from Purpose Built Moto. Sitting behind me is an XV750. I've been working on this one for a little while, so we're about to dive in and run you through just how we put the Purpose Built Moto twist on this extremely popular Yamaha V-twin. Make sure you hang around afterwards because I'll be taking you for a ride on it through one of my favourite mountain roads. I was given this XV750 as a motor, tank and frame, sitting on a set of wheels. Right away I had an inspiration flash and started to develop my concept for the Yamaha V-twin. The obvious standout on this bike is the bare metal tank, but I'll come back to that later. Already this bike was lumpy, sharp and held very minimal visual weight on the tail end. I wanted to build something cartoony. These bikes don't look like the atypical classic motorcycle, so to try and disguise the XV750 as such would be unnatural. Making sure the bike got a little performance kick, we fitted a set of VM round slide carbs, a specially built DNA pod filter and a performance coil. The coil, along with the electrical control system, is hidden up under the tank, with the battery and starter coil mounted under the swing arm in a custom fabricated box. The 2-in-1 exhaust I wanted hugging close to the bike and to arch rearward with the subframe. These pipes are internally baffled with stainless steel and fibre packing to deaden the sound a little. On the front of the bike, the R6 triple clamps hold a single bracket that houses the Purpose-Built Moto 7-inch flashpoint headlight, a set of hollow tip indicators and the digital speedometer. A set of clip-on bars were fitted with ISR levers, a set of PBM 3-button switches and a domino throttle assembly. Now for the standout pieces on this bike, the nickel-plated tank and the 2-in-1 stainless steel exhaust. With the raw aesthetic I wanted to achieve on the bike, nothing fitted better than a bare metal tank, but steel just wouldn't cut it. I wanted some depth to the finish, so the tank was nickel-plated and hand brush finished. Finishing out the styling on the tank is a samurai silhouette in a design mixed with the classic Yamaha speed block. This graphic gives a nod to Japanese tuner cars from the early 2000s. There's nothing under the tail of this bike except for an integrated brake light. That meant the subframe could be kept really minimal. Fabricated from solid round bar, the seat frame was nickel plated and the tail finished. We used a vintage black leather and green canvas detail on the seat, and the rear brake light was handmade from strip LEDs mounted on a steel backing plate and a stainless steel gauze cover. A hand-fabricated round bar number plate holder houses the rear turn signal and hugs the back tyre, giving the rear wheel some cover to keep it street legal. An important part of building these bikes is the rider position. It's no good having a bike that looks great but's horrible to ride around on. Having the seat around 80 to 100mm lower than the handlebars I've found is the sweet spot. It gives a sporty riding position but enough comfort for longer rides as well, removing some pressure off the rider's arm. The foot controls were built from a set of Tarozzi universal rear sets. Utilising the factory pillion peg brackets gives the perfect rider position for their feet and allows the control linkages to be made up easily. The Yamaha had received an updated front end from a late model R6. This lowered the bike far too much and created a suspension and geometry issue. I put some Pirelli MT60 tyres on it, jacked the bike up to make measurements and try and figure this out. The solution was to raise the front 30mm and lower the rear to maintain a good steering angle. This was completed by a specialist from Ride Dynamics who custom built the rear shock for me. Sitting on the ground now, the XV750 has a level stance and it still has enough ground clearance to go safely riding around. The finished bike is a force on the road, demanding attention and a second look wherever you ride it. The Manga-inspired styling, aggressive road presence and high-quality finishes represent exactly what I was going for in this Yamaha V-twin. As many XV750s customs as there are out there, I can safely say that none are quite like this. James, the rider, is now on the road and loving every minute in the saddle of his XV750 Café racer. Now let me show you how it runs up a nice twisty mountain road.